What is your family's love language? Abandonment. You see, in my family, children proved their love by finding their way home after being abandoned in life-threatening places without warning. The rule was simple. Use only your instincts to survive. Contact anyone for help, especially police, and you'd be dead to the family forever. This wasn't just some twisted game. It was a sacred tradition. I watched my brother Daniel complete his first test at 8 years old. I found him on our doorstep 3 days later, lips blue from cold, fingernails torn from climbing. My parents wept with pride while bandaging his wounds. Now we know he truly loves us, my mother whispered, cradling his shaking body. The ones who failed, their photos got burned. Their names became curses. My sister Sarah called 911 when she woke up in a shipping container. We aren't allowed to say her name anymore. I spent years preparing for my inevitable test. Memorized street layouts of dangerous neighborhoods, learned to pick locks with hairpins, practiced going days without food or water. My father, an ex-Marine, would quiz me randomly. You wake up in a warehouse, no windows. What's your first move? Wrong answers meant sleeping outside to toughen up. When you made it home, you were celebrated, welcomed with tears and praise, treated like a hero. Now we know you truly love us, they'd say. And we believed it. We thought kids who couldn't find their way home just didn't love their families enough. But everything shifted when I turned 12, because that's when I met Mrs. Finch, my geography teacher. She'd asked me to stay after class about a project. While grading papers, she mentioned her daughter. Funny thing, she thought all families tested their kids like yours does. Took a lot of convincing for her to realize that wasn't normal. My blood froze. She knew. Seeing my panic, she quickly added, "Your cousin Liam told me before he graduated. Said he wished someone had helped him sooner." That afternoon changed everything. Mrs. Finch didn't push, didn't threaten to call authorities. She just left her desk drawer slightly open whenever I stayed after class. Inside were articles about child endangerment, survivor testimonies, phone numbers for anonymous helplines. I'd photograph pages with an old flip phone, delete them immediately after memorizing. The information felt like poison and medicine combined. Every story about kids hospitalized or killed in trust exercises made me sick. But they also taught me something crucial. What my family did had a name: criminal child endangerment, and it was very, very illegal. I started small, befriended the younger cousins during holiday gatherings. We'd play adventure games in the basement where I'd secretly teach them landmarks, safe houses, how to signal for help without speaking. 6-year-old Emma thought we were playing spies. I was giving her tools to survive. My first test came without warning on my 13th birthday. Woke up in the trunk of a moving car, wrists zip-tied, mouth taped. Classic level 1, my father would later call it. Bought the zip ties for an hour before remembering the trick, twist and pull simultaneously. The trunk release was disabled, but I'd practiced this. Found the taillight, kicked it out, waved my arm through the hole. A driver called the police about a kid's hand sticking out of a sedan. I almost did it. Almost let them help me. The officer was kind, kept asking if I was safe, if someone had taken me. But I saw my father's truck pull up, saw his calm smile as he explained it was a wilderness training exercise. Saw him mouth the word Sarah while the officer wasn't looking. So I lied, said I'd locked myself in accidentally, apologized for wasting their time, rode home in silence while my father gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. "You did good," he finally said, "but you hesitated. Next time will be harder." He kept his promise. Over 3 years, the tests escalated, abandoned in a blizzard, dropped in gang territory with enemies of our family. Once I woke up in a mental hospital and had to convince staff I wasn't actually a patient. Each time, I survived. Each time, I hated myself for not calling for help. The breaking point came through Emma, sweet, trusting Emma, who is now 8 years old. During Thanksgiving dinner, my uncle announced she'd have her first trial after dessert. She smiled, excited to finally be included in the family tradition. That night, I made a choice. While everyone celebrated, I slipped Emma my phone with a video queued up. 20 minutes of testimony I'd recorded over the years, my injuries, my cousin's scars, newspaper clippings of kids who didn't make it home. "When you wake up somewhere scary," I whispered, "you call 911. You say these exact words. My family abandoned me here against my will. I'm 8 years old. Please help me." They drugged her hot chocolate an hour later. I watched them carry her small body to the van, fighting every instinct to stop them. This had to work. She had to be the one to call. Except Emma was stronger than I'd realized, because she made it home after 4 days in the woods. Hypothermic, delirious, but home. She'd eaten bark and drunk puddle water rather than betray the family. My parents praised her strength while I threw up in the bathroom, knowing I'd failed her. That's when the text came through. "Unknown number. We have your recordings." My blood turned to ice, because I recognized the area code. It was local law enforcement, or so I thought, until I arrived and realized how wrong I was. Full story on channel, link below.